I happen to have been a member of this society during a period of time in the history of this state and in this country where we had separate but equal. And I remember those days. You remember? Bathrooms, white, colored. I was living through in that era of not only American but Texas history as well. Bathrooms divided us then, and it divides us now. And America has long recognized that separate but equal is not equal at all. I can tell you, as an African American, how deeply I felt discriminated against because of the fact of the color of my skin and of my ethnicity. Those of you probably don't have that feelings because you have not had the privilege of walking in my shoes. But I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you never have to walk in those shoes. Never, never. I can also tell you that separate restroom for transgender kids, which is what we will be discussing on this bill, are also based on fear and not fact. Bathrooms have always been used to divide us. It happens before and it's happened today and right now, unless we choose to do something about it. And I can tell you, when I go to pee, you think I'm going to be looking over the next stall and seeing if somebody's transgender? No, I'm not. I'm not in the restroom to do that. And members, while we are bending the arc of equality back into the dark history of our lives and giving certain members of our society an opportunity to turn back that arc of equality for all members of our society, I think it's wrong. And the number one reason is this, that separate but equal provisions should be reinstalled in our society because of the fact that we want to treat children differently. The other day we took time on this floor and we argued and we discussed and we reasoned Senate Bill 8. We talked about life, we talked about funeral remains, we talked about burials and all those things. And we talked about how God had created life. And let me just tell you this, God created transgenders too. And are you going to discriminate on his creation? Is that what you're asking this body to do? And just like you were up here talking about God's business, transgender students are God's business. And you know what? He loves them too. Mr. Speaker, members, this issue is so important, and it divides us as a people. And it points fingers on us because we are bending the arc of history backwards instead of bending it forward. We talk about equality in so many capacities. And what's wrong with treating kids with equality and not making them feel like that they are second-class citizens? I don't have a transgender child in my family, but I would love it just the same. I would fight for the rights of that child not to be discriminated against. And I'm afraid that some of these amendments might give some individuals in our society, some school districts in our society, an opportunity to turn back that arc of equality that we have fought so hard, that we treasure so much. I think that it would be in our best interest to stand for the rights of all our citizens and not bend that arc backward, but bend the arc of equality forward. And I ask you to vote for this amendment.